Yeah, what's up, guys? I can't seem to find PoE for screen capture. Oh, there we go. Alright, guys, I posted on my Twitter and I talked about it on a video I made, which doesn't really matter because this video didn't even come out yet, but it's still up there. I'm gonna start streaming PoE. I'm just gonna do the regular because I was told that all of the seasonal content from other seasons are in the standard mode. I'm gonna go ruthless. Wait. I was playing Ruthless yesterday and it was kind of devastating how there was no there was like a certain type of currency that wasn't dropping. Basically, people are saying that going here, let me move this. Going for a ruthless mode is like turning the entire game into the end game, which I'm okay with. I like that type of stuff, but I don't know if I want to do it because there's not really that much loot, and like all it really is scarcity. So I don't think I'm gonna do it. I know it seems like tough to do ruthless, but the game's still hard. I just want more loot to drop. That's the only thing. I'm gonna play as the witch, as I stated on those other platforms.
Darkness and depravity. Innocence is our father. Arieth is our mother. When a daughter strays from the light, she makes herself an off.
A big reason I'm playing as the witch is early game ease when it comes to having minions, making the early game easier.
The very sand shivers with malice. There's a power here that welcomes me.
And this is an ARPG. It's basically revered as one of the hardest, most difficult ARPGs. But I feel like with an understanding of how games work, it isn't that hard. It's almost like saying that Dark Souls is hard. Like, once you understand how the game operates, like it's different. You can almost say it's different, not hard. But the witch is a caster class. I think it's the only caster class in the game, only magic caster.
I need more mana.
In fact, that I was playing on Ruthless, I kind of can almost guarantee that this will be much easier, having gear. And I wasn't getting orbs of augmentation. I even just read just now when I was reading more about Ruthless difficulty. Like, you might not even get any. So like, I don't think that's worth it. I feel like the fun of an RPG is to get more loot, and especially on stream. I don't want to just be like super ruthless hardcore mode. Like maybe like after I get Smoke the Witch. Like, there you go, or get Transmutation. Like, you would never get any of these. It'd be not happening. This is gonna be fun. This is exciting. This game is very challenging. I just dropped a review for Steam because it just wouldn't stop popping up. Like, do you recommend this game? Do you recommend this game? Like, I guess after the review, because you won't go away. But, you know, I basically said the game was challenging. So once you got the hang of it, it can basically be rewarding, and you know, it's really about finding enjoyment in the challenge. It's like a game that you can play and enjoy, but you find out it's so hard. That's like almost trying to like ride a bike, something that you know you have to learn, and you have to fall down. And eventually, riding a bike is about not even having fun about showing off what you can do on a bike. It's gonna be great. I'm glad I chose up playing Ruthless because, man, I had no gear, no nothing. When I played a regular character, I thought, you know, it was kind of lengthy to play outside of Ruthless, but really it isn't. I had tons of stuff. I'd rather have tons of stuff and it be enjoyable. It's still gonna be challenging.
And I thought I'd be a dead woman by now.
Here's the infamous skill tree. And you know me, I'm gonna explain things, make it simple. Okay. Here's the skill tree, and here's where you start. We make it simple. Wait. Make it simple. You have the 3 stats in the game. Strength, intelligence, dexterity, the 3 stats. And being a witch, I start with more intelligence, which gives me mana and energy shield. And I have an intelligence-based skill tree. All intelligence-based. I can get strength and stuff and dexterity. But this is an intelligence-based skill tree. So right there, you know you're looking for ways to increase your mana, your energy shield through intelligence, you know, because that's what you'll be getting in here. And then whatever passive you can get. So let's make this very simple. You can go on the internet, look up a build, and you'll snake through off a predetermined build. And, you know, I never really looked deep into a build because, to me, this isn't a skill tree, right? Try to hold on. Hold on to your pants, y'all. This isn't a skill tree, to me. This is a Paragon board, to me. If you've ever played Diablo 4, you know the Paragon board looks just like this. You have, you know, stuff like this, plus 10 intelligence. That's, instead of this being a confusing skill tree with, oh wow, that's so confusing. This is a Paragon board. These are Paragon points. Make it easy to understand. So it's not really a skill tree because you don't have skills in this game. You have passives, which to me reflects the Paragon board. You know, that's how we're gonna do it. So it doesn't confuse anyone. This is a Paragon board. This isn't even that big. This is a regular sized Paragon board, right? This isn't intimidating. This isn't deep. This isn't confusing. Like, it definitely is daunting, I guess, if you look at it as a skill tree, because a skill tree, like, you can call it a skill tree, but to me it's a Paragon board to make it much easier to understand. You can actually zoom in and out. Well. So, with our first level, in our Paragon board, as I'm going to call it, do we want to go defense, getting shield and mana? Because you have to go through here first, right? You can skip this, but in the early game, you want shield and mana. You want shield and mana, you know, and eventually minion damage. Or do you want to go straight damage and go cast speed, right? In my experience, because I haven't yet gotten the minions, you're going to want to go damage. So I'll probably go damage, cast speed, right? Cast speed. And then once I get my cast speed, because this is a Paragon board, like, you know, damage, little damage, incremental. And this is how I'm viewing it, because I'm not going to confuse people. I'm not going to act surprised and confused. It's not going to get anyone anywhere. It's going to make people confused. Until I get this, you know, Arcanist Domain, 20% increased cast speed, or 5% increased cast speed, I've had. And I'm going to lay off of that, okay? And then I'm going to start going for energy shield. Because once you have the energy shield, you know, you don't have the option of getting more life through strength. It's hard for you to get strength. You don't have evasion. You don't have You don't have life, you don't have evasion. You get energy shield. So after we go spell damage, cast speed, well, yeah, we'll probably go 1 into cast speed so we can start obtaining some energy shield. You know, that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna do energy shield, cast speed. We're not gonna really worry about spell damage right now. We're gonna probably go, you know, energy shield minions to carry us to the early game. We're gonna take this. And, you know, this is my playthrough. This is how I talk. I know it's a skill tree. I know it. I've read the manual. This is a Paragon board. To make it easier, it's a Paragon board. I haven't really got that much further in the game. I've made it to like level 10, 11. But, you know, we're gonna keep it simple. Beyond going cast speed and spell damage, and energy shield and minion damage, there's icons on all of these nodes, you could say, I guess, or all these spots you can branch off into, and they all explain what they are. This is a minion offense tree. Minion damage. Minions deal 12% increased damage. Do you want to go a minion build? Yes or no? If yes, you would go over here and you grab this stuff, right? Do you want to use your flask? Do you want to build into flask? Flask mastery. It's very simple, but there's a lot, right? Like, so I wouldn't go totem. I'm not going to get any totems. I wouldn't go totem. I could. Totems aren't bad, right? I can go for curses. You know, I might not go lightning. I might go fire. Brand. I guess it's called like a curse. I don't know. Brand. Energy shield. I might go energy shield mastery. This is very simple. I know that's a lot, but let's just zoom around to confuse ourselves. Okay, we landed over here. Well, where are we? We don't really know. Well, how do we find out? We read. There's armor invasion. I don't need armor invasion. I could go armor invasion, but it'd kind of defeat the purpose of being a witch and having so much energy shield. Life mastery. I don't have a lot of life. I won't work cry, fortify. You know, these don't even really belong here, but they're here. You know what I'm saying, it's an option if you want to say the skill tree is really confusing. Then you get to the point where you want to build bleeding mastery. You don't need. You could do whatever you want. You know what I'm saying? Or you could do whatever you want. But I'm just saying, don't be so confused and don't be so perplexed by something that in actuality is simple. Look, you can go mace mastery. How is this confusing? You can go for a mace. It's not simple. It's just not explained, and it's not conveyed by the community in a simplistic way. It's almost the badge of honor the community holds, that their skill tree is impossible, and you can't play the game without a build from the internet. Like that just kind of ruins the point of the game. The point of the game is to kind of enjoy this vast amount of passes and skills, not to be confused by it and just not acknowledge it. Just be like, you're brain dead. Like, you know, this could be almost an infinite amount of ways, you know, based off the time you'd have to play the game and how long you'd be playing it to build the witch, right? You can go stun mastery witch. You can use stuns. You can use more minions, like I already said. You know, you can go protection. You can go tanky. You can use mines. You can use a dagger. You don't have those. You can do whatever you want. You can use claws on the witch. You can use traps. You can use leech. You can use mines. So a lot of these, for the sake of simplicity for a witch, aren't that important. You don't use mines. You don't use traps. You don't use claws. You don't use daggers. You know, you don't do that. You can. I'm not saying like you're not supposed to. You can do whatever you want, but it isn't that big of a deal. It's not that deep. The deep aspect is you build into something, and by the time you get there, it's not what you want or what you need. That's the only issue. But if you never really try to build your character and make a mistake, you'll never know what to do. Like, you can never know what to do and just go off somebody else. It's better that you learn what to do, not just be stupid and not know because it's too much. It's not that much. If you go on Diablo and throw together 3 Paragon boards, I'm not saying it's the same. It's the same, but there's way more skills here. All right, it's the same thing though. Like, boom, you go intelligence to snake your way up to something like this, something major. But I'm trying to keep it simple and not really care. Like, if I make a mistake, I make the wrong build, I don't care. I'm not gonna flip and flop and go through all this turmoil for the sake of the lore of PoE being impossible to deal with. Like, that's not fun. The fun part is it's challenging. right? And if you can rise to the challenge, that's fun. I don't want to be someone who thinks challenges are something to be avoided or something. Like, the challenge is what makes the game. If this game wasn't challenging, it'd be like any other RPG that's easy, and you'd be done with it. If this game wasn't this challenging, you'd be done with it pretty quickly. This game's been around for a long time. The problem with ARPGs is that they're too streamlined and they're too friendly, right? Like, I would agree with people saying this is what Diablo 3 should be. It basically is. When PoE 2 comes out and has the quality of life improvements that I wish this game had, it'd be perfect, because this game to me is already perfect. All it needs is better quality of life. I'm trying to play melee characters is a nightmare. I'll pick up the loot, you know, I'm gonna travel back and forth to town and get my currencies. You know, I'm gonna do what I gotta do to make this possible, right? If it means I have to rise to the challenge and kill the enemies, I have to. I can't always rely on the community and being shell-shocked for the sake of the story.
I saw what you did to Hillock out there, Witch. Your black art is the reason you're here, in exile. It may also be the only thing that allows you to see another dawn. I'm Nessa, and I suppose I should thank you for ridding us of that putrid giant. Back in Lion Eye's watch isn't much, but it's ours. We could use you here, while you live. But should you wish to venture out, do just one thing for me.
So the story is you're in exile. I don't even remember there being any exposition. Maybe there was. Maybe there was like an opening cutscene. I don't remember. I'm sorry. The game's pretty old. If you want to read about the story and be interested, you can be. All I know is that you're exiled for whatever reason. And apparently this Nessa girl is someone who would exile you. Like they're a judge or something.
Easy go. You could score.
But we're starting from the bottom. We were exiled. We were thrown to the bottom of the world in hell. And we have to make it out. We have to get people to talk to and have them set us right direction so we can build our way out of
We
here.
exiles have no history. Dominus took it from us when he had his blackguards dump us in the water out there. Yeah, got something for you. Should help you.
So right off the back, Rolling Magnum's pretty good. Freezing Pulse is good. Lightning Tender's good. But I'm going to grab Ray Zombie. So that's going to make the early game much easier. Trust me. You know, I could also go rolling or magma dump or whatever. I don't know. I literally just forgot. I forgot what it was. I just saw that stuff. Didn't even look to see what I can get out of it. I don't know. Just trying to go quick. I have no way of getting anything to slot up the Ray Zombies, so I might buy something. Like a pair of boots or something, just something to hold me over. Like these gloves. It's whatever. It's not a big deal. I was playing on Ruthless, so I'm kind of used to not being anything. Having all these resources kind of makes it much easier. Ray Zombie, boom. Oh yeah, and here's another tip.
I know this.
When you start the game, you'll have
Just like my
left click
sisters.
slotted as default attack,
On
and
the
you'll probably
pyre.
start using this to cast spells and all that. Don't do that. Okay? Make it easy for yourself. Take left click and turn it into move only. Right? You might limit your ability to use 18 abilities. Just do it. It's classic. Left click to move. It'll make it much easier for you. Okay, and I usually drop as long as I can help it. I don't use abilities in the mouse because it's gonna make you move around and stuff. So for now, let's say I'm limited to 5 abilities. And you know, a good option, a good tip is to slot in a movement ability into the mouse. Like I might go left click teleport, right? Just to make it easy. Make it easy as possible, where you can function and have a grip on the game and also enjoy the challenge. It's not about sliding everything to maximum difficulty death mode and playing with an arcade stick with a blindfold on. The game's already hard. The game's not going to get any easier, really. It's not that type of game. So right now I can raise 3 zombies. They're pretty weak, they're gonna get clapped, but I'm gonna keep raising them and I'm gonna keep using them as fodder and as damagers. Oh, just to the fire.
I need more mana.
What's up to this game, guys? I've been playing games for a long time. I'm good at video games. I'm quick on the uptake. I'm willing to endure, but I'm not a veteran. So like I might miss a button, you know. Like it might be some quality of life issues. I start trying it out, and that's what's happening. Like I'm pressing 3 to use my mana's on 5. I'm gonna put that in 2. Wait, change that around. This is gonna be fun. This is already really fun to me because it kind of allows me to talk in my very prudish, hard mode way, and for the game on screen that kind of reflects that level, in my opinion. It might have been better to go magma roll for killing, you know, killing groups of mobs, which is important. You know, another tip is mob, you know, whatever, that's what I call it, I guess that's what I heard it being called. Find a way to easily dispatch of groups. Like these mobs, like these crabs, you need a way to just take them all out in one foul swoop. You can't be casting 80 fireballs and stopping. You just gotta be able to run them down just quick. Now a good advantage I have is these minions, which are going to stop the mobs from all running into me. But, you know, I'll eventually get magma roll or whatever. It's like bouncing magma. It's like bounces fireball around. That's gonna mob for me. And then I'm gonna eventually get a poison skill that allows me to cast a poison curse circle, basically, and that'll also be for taking out large groups of mobs. I think this is one of the best classes. It's very easy because you have the minions, and it also has lots of ailments and ways to affect enemies. DOT, damage to the time dot, all that makes it much easier to play this. You know, trying to play a Marauder was difficult because it's just like you gotta build tanky, and then you gotta build damagey, then you gotta go back to building tanky. You know what I'm saying? Here's the person who decides to take out, which is, in my opinion, this is the actual first elite. This guy's no joke. This fire dude's no joke. I have no more mana. I forgot to press the mana button. You know, I'm trying to get my minions back up. I'm gonna take out the other mobs before I focus down on the main unit, whatever they're called. The fire dude. Minions are gonna get taken out quick. The raining fire that will take them out basically instantly. But you know, we can endure, focus, make sure we're using. Wait, I think they died. Make sure we're using you know, make sure we're holding on to our wits, holding on to the steering wheel, not crying. Just hold on. We'll be all right. We ended up killing her. I'm gonna switch over to this one. It's the scepter. It's a little better. 2% increased damage. It's a big deal. It's a big deal. I haven't yet gotten to the waypoint, but as you can see, it's right over here on the map. Pretty close. I'm going to activate the waypoint. I'm gonna travel back town, sell my items, and you know we're gonna keep it all level-headed. I feel like a big trope of this game, or a big cliche, is to be completely perplexed and demolished. Like I'm sure I'll get to that point where, like, you know, what do I build? I'm saying, like, the simplicity of me going spellcast is gonna get, it's not gonna be an option. Eventually I'm gonna have to spec into like almost a mastery, if you will. Do I want to go minions? You know what I'm saying? Like, I have to eventually do that. And I might be so varied where I'm going minions, fire, like that might not be cool. That might not be possible. This game does have 100 levels. I think the smart thing to do would be to maybe go down. You can even have jewels in your skill tree paragon board. Go down here to get mana mastery and minion defense, because I need my minions to be tanky. That could be nice. I can use a shield and apply to my minions. Apparently that's kind of cool. You know, elemental mastery, mana mastery. I need these. I like to do elemental damage. And then you know, I can grab the... I don't know. That's the whole issue, is the actual build. Like, what's the build gonna be? I don't really know. But I'd rather just, and for now, enjoy the stuff close to me, like what I can access, kind of work on that. Right. I think I'm good on damage right now. I'm gonna go for a little bit of energy, shield, and mana. But I get it, like you can min-max this game. Like I'm min-maxing, but I'm not min-maxing where I'm not gonna build my own character. I'll build my own character, and if I mess up, I don't really care. I'll make another character. If I get beat so badly in PoE that I need to build a character and not play the game, I'll do it. But that hasn't happened yet. Like, I get it. I understand impending doom. I understand the idea of something eventually bad will happen if you keep not knowing anything, right? Like that's I get it. But I want to enjoy the game so much where like I'm building a character. And it's gonna be great. You know what I mean? It's not gonna succeed. It's not gonna be end game material. It's not gonna roll and stomp and kill people, I guess. It's just gonna get me through it's gonna get me through Act 1, right? My build that I'm using is gonna get me through Act 1. I've only been to basically Act 1, so I have no real experience. No real experience, so I can't really speak on that, right? I can't speak on something I have no experience with. But I know this game is fun and challenging, and I know that there is simplicity and level-headedness can be found, and you can enjoy the game. This is how I'd like to enjoy Dark Souls. That's something that you don't completely go bonkers with, but you need to be able to play the game and like move around and be efficient and kind of understand the game as it comes. Go bonkers. I think we'll go mini build. I've seen people go whirlwind. I've seen it, right? But at the end of the day, it's an RPG, so like that's fun. That's the fun part of the game is to role play and build your character and all that, and level up and deal with all that. Like I think people basically obsess over the end game. Basically, that's what I kind of see it as. Playing the whole game just to play endgame, where at the end of the day you'll have a build off the internet and you'll just be running through stuff. It doesn't even make sense. That's such like an impossible idea almost. It's like people's goal is to become like the greatest Dark Souls player, like the equivalent, in my opinion. It's like, what's the point of that? Like that would be like the game doesn't even challenge you. Like the game's over at this point. Oh yeah, I might get clapped here, boys. I'll do my mini because they're behind him and clap him up a little bit. We got him. I want to do the game from start to finish, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to just be fantasizing over at this point where I have an idea of what my build really is when I probably shouldn't. Because it's really just about deciding my master. I don't know what I want to do, you know what I'm saying? I want to enjoy the game. I'm sure there's enough people out there who are doing crazy PoE builds and know what they're going to do before they even wake up in the morning. Or they're still so they already know what they're gonna do. Like, that's cool. Like I'm not like I get it. Like that's their whole thing. Like, you do get refund points. I don't know if you'll get enough refund points. I don't know if you'll be able to find a way to refund like an entire build, right? It could be like an issue, but I'm sure the only issue I'm gonna run into is being too spread out. Like I'll be here and there and
Crash,
everywhere,
clatter.
and that won't really work, right? Like, I'm pretty sure I'm upper minions. I'm probably gonna use minions, which can be kind of cringy in my mind thinking about it. Like you could go straight up fireball. You can go straight up minions. Like I've seen it. I've seen the master. I've seen choosing to go one way. You know, it's like a big issue. Like which way do you want to go? No one. At least I don't
I'd
know.
almost stop believing in miracles. This medicine chest. It's greater than the serums and salves it holds. It tells us that we can do more in Ray class than merely suffer.
I'll probably grab the mana. No, I'll grab the life flask. Yeah, I'll grab the quicksilver flask. That's gonna be hard to come by. I feel like a flask that'll be easier to come by. This might be like unpopular opinion, 374, but poison. Damage while channeling. Not already channeling right now. 25 area of effects. Just damage. What is this? 2% increased duration of elements on enemies. Elements inflicted by support skills. Yeah, this would be good for like ignite and all that garbage. And they say, wait, bro, you can use a club and it'll give you this advantage or that advantage. Like, I don't know that, buddy. I'm not saying it to be like, don't tell me nothing, but I don't know that, so I'm sorry if that occurs. Like, wait, bro, if you like drink milk, it'll make your bones stronger. Like, I didn't know that, bro. I'm sorry. I'll start drinking milk.
Goodbye.
So,
Like if I had known that,
Got a job
or like
for
I
you.
got
If you're
been doing what I was
willing,
doing, I would do it. But
stay sharp.
I just don't
out
know
there.
that. Not only do I not know what I want, but I also don't know what I need. It's really about experimentation, like, you know, these games should have more of an experimentation, I guess, stigma surrounding it. Not stigma, but just like, you know, what people kind of review about the game and expect. It should be like experimentation. I'm really glad I picked up this gem that spreads fire everywhere because it's going to definitely help with the mobbing. It's going to be
I
great.
need more mana.
Great, great, great. Amazing, amazing, amazing. Cool, cool, cool. Yeah, I'll probably start streaming this. You know, I've been playing a lot of Depot. You know, I still want to play it. I just don't want to run it out. I can get to the point, this is the point where I've already played the game for like, I think, 70 hours. So like, oh wow, that's a long time. So let me just stop playing it for a week or something and then I'll come back to it. Because at the end of the day, it's really streamline. It's not that deep. It's still fun, but I don't want to get into hallucinating and thinking it's something it isn't. Like, I'll be back playing it in a week. And I'm gonna go back to it. I'm not done with it. It's really fun.
I think this Ray class will serve.
I'm gonna go some more spell damage because I need to take these guys out quick. My minions are kind of doing their thing. But let me get some more damage so I can do my thing as well. I feel like this type of game will bring gamers together and have them kind of come together just for the sake of like the challenge. Like it's a difficult game. Like we can all agree on that probably. Kind of like Dark Souls. It wouldn't agree that's a difficult game. This time around, I'm kind of demolishing the early game. It's going to be happening with another character, trust me.
More mana.
I'd probably be back somewhere else. I'm trying to deal with whatever is going on. I know this is why I'll meet the ultimate gamer master. He just sits in the back with his mouth open, kind of breathing a little bit, gasping almost, telling people that exactly what I'm saying at the very moment I say it is not the answer to like the eternal question, what do you do in the path of exile? You know, I'll be able to tell you that, like you a bill. It's almost like going to house or some type of a scaring or like Halloween event. Like no one knows. They just go there so they can get scared. People might think the master is going to Halloween and getting scared. That's cool. Someone is the master of Halloween. It's someone who's scary. It's not whoever is getting scared. Spreading this fire around is probably the most effective thing I've gotten. Besides getting poisoned, I got it another character and I got it later on in this tournament now, but currently it's pretty devastating. I definitely acknowledge the witches easy mode crash. People might say, well, eventually not because they're not tanky or something. I don't know. I think it's easy mode. That's just my opinion. This game definitely will have you sign up for something and then you might want to quit before. Like I took a lot of breaks playing just the first act because I know it's going to trek across this and go through this, go through like kind of like a checklist, and it's like almost like I'm driving a car, no car, just flying in the air, like a big engine roaring. There's no car, like just flying around, being crazy with it. You know what I'm saying? I'm like a trucker who has a big hat on. I don't even have a truck. I'm just like flying around, literally flying, like not even in a truck, making engine sounds. Like, bro, I know you like Pathfinder, so chill for a minute.
mana.
I'm sorry if people start getting upset about me doing things that aren't pro gamer, but you know, I understand sometimes that's like a mistake. Like I get it, some things are mistakes. Like you don't want to just identify everything. Like it could be a complete waste of resources. Like this is currency. But I don't give it. No, I'm not gonna do that. I like to respect the wishes of others, but if they want to live their life and be factual, that's different. They want to live by like the code of Rotten, I guess. I don't know. Code of the Rotten. Like we're not min-maxing real good. I get it, bro. Like I've seen the videos of Path Exile. I've seen people play it. I know that you can do some min-maxy stuff. Let the game beat me up first, and then I can make a new character build and all that. You know, you're discouraged by the game's difficulty first. I gotta go back behind this rock. Zippy potion. A PoE 2 is coming out soon, so I might not even finish this game. I'm sure I easily could if I just focus on doing it. But the PoE 2 is coming out. I'm not playing this for the sake of PoE 2 at, you know, anticipation. But when PoE comes out, PoE 2 comes out, I'm not going to be playing this anymore. I'll be playing PoE 2. Right? This game definitely, it's pretty good.
I've spent enough time smuggling from coast to coast to know that those shells don't come from these. A necromancer. I've traveled inland.
I'm gonna start throwing some stuff in the old stasher, you know. Stasherino.
Yes? Farewell.
PoE on Twitch isn't that big of a thing. I'm pretty sure when PoE comes out it's gonna be big for a little bit. Except people ARPG in certain ways. Like I know that I've kind of fallen victim to playing Diablo 3 for like a day or two when it first came out non-stop and then not playing anymore. And then playing it for a long time afterwards. Those are like the kind of modes you can play. People who are casual, you know, dad gamer who plays it when no one's around, I guess, something like that. And then you have hardcore enjoyer, which is someone who plays the game when it first comes out for 2 days. And then you have people who play the game for like weeks, months, and like do challenges and all that, right? It's never really about what ARPGs are. It's almost like what you can make them. You know what I'm saying, like you have to be able to make it into something, or you won't really enjoy it for like that, right? I think it's cool. Yeah, having this fire spread kind of eliminated me needing a mobbing ability to sit on mobbing ability. So they even think about coming after me. Usually playing those other classes requires a lot of kiting and running around. And it's very hard to not get stunned as well. Get stunned when trying to cast. I didn't want to go super sweaty mode by picking Templar or Marauder or anything. Especially when I was going to end up playing more ranged. I was going to end up just mobbing. And that's what I found myself doing. Like I was playing as Templar. Not Templar, I was playing as Marauder. I was just using Ground Smash. I had incredible range at some point. Like I wasn't even really melee. I was just trying to save mana because it was pointless to play this class. I could just play like a ranged class. And then when I was playing Assassin or Thief, whatever, the dagger class, I just was throwing daggers. I wasn't even hitting anybody. I just couldn't get close enough. I would die if I got too close. Melee classes are way powerful. I'm saying, too powerful, and they can be tanky or fast, whatever. But I can't. I'm not at the level of play where I can just play melee class. Like maybe like a Templar because they have smite, like they can proc smite and all that. Or like you can melee one person to another one. I'm saying, but it doesn't make sense to play a melee class. I'm just gonna be like running away and not even have minions or something. It's like super hard mode for Witch, basically hard mode Witch. The next class I probably would play is Templar. I've already played that a little bit. I'll probably play something like that. You probably have to use a shield. Like if you were smart and you want to go melee, you'd probably use a shield. Like you play with like someone with sword and shield. And it comes to your damage, just to be able to do damage, and you can still build tanky, get close to people, and not without getting stunned and all that all the time. I don't know if there is stun avoidance. Perfect. Like how you get close to the enemy? Armor shield. If you don't have any armor or shield, but you're trying to be like some type of min-maxer who like uses Jackal's Arrow's weapon and doesn't wear armor. Like you get dropped up pretty quickly. Like that it shows the bridges and doorways in yellow. Cool. This is way easier. I was just playing super hard mode, you know, replacement. I went to one of that, but what the heck? People think you like hard body doing that pretty. You'd probably be the only one to suffer. No gear, no nothing. I forgot I was still in the depths of the area under the initial cave. I was looking for the exit. I was looking for the boss. I just already fought him. And it was like, especially the ads, the enemy spawn was just so hard playing melee class. Like I wasn't even really melee class. I was like I said, range basically. I was just going range mode. It was pretty, basically defeated my whole strategy with the melee class I was going for.
Now that you've drained that passage, best I warn you about something. I was running down a wounded rower one night's eve when I glimpsed something in that waterlogged cavern. Looked a bit like a sand spitter, only the size of a bloody ox.
Frostbomb, Orbital Storms, Sound Raging Spirit, Contagion. This is what I used last time. It was really good for mobbing. I'm gonna go Contagion. And then Frost Planks is gonna be my movement skill, my teleport, if you will.
You managed
And like
to
I
kill
said,
a granddaddy
I'm gonna
crab.
take Contagion out of
Pity
my
you couldn't lug it
mouse.
up out of the caves for us. Could have made
area,
quite the
and I'm
chowder
gonna
out
throw
of
it on the
matter.
buttons, and I'm gonna throw Contagion
You've got
on
one less reason to fear the
right
dark.
click. This is my
I've got
advice.
one
Put
more
move
thing
only
to
on
do.
left. Use your movement skills on the mouse because you know that's how it is. It's much more natural in my opinion. And then use your abilities here if you can afford to. If you can't afford to do it, then like I'm not gonna say do it anyway. If that's what feels good. Like that's what I would recommend as far as the feeling. Go ahead and do it.
Farewell.
So I want to start upgrading my contagions. I don't remember what I would grab. I don't know. I guess I'll grab more damage. Yeah, I'm gonna start running through the content at this point. With Contagion and Fireball, it's not gonna be... not gonna be a big deal. It's gonna definitely allow me to get more out of more like a serious tone and all that. I feel like it being more creative, like it was hard to explain things to people get it. You know, I think people get it. I'm gonna say it. I think I don't get it. I think they don't get it. And you know, just going oh. Playing this is definitely gonna give me kind of a reference. This is tough. This is challenging. Probably just talk more creatively, I guess. Playing at a higher level reminds me kind of reminds people of other ARPGs. That's what it reminds me of when I start going crazy. Not because I'm not because other ones will come at a high speed, but you can almost see similarities to other ARPGs. And it's pretty funny, though. You like playing this game like crazy speed. Games like Turbo or something. Like Diablo's a good, cool mainstream RPG. Isn't too fast. At the end of the day, like Diablo 4 isn't that quick. Like they kind of made it where when you get to the end game, it's not like super unhinged quickness, craziness. Like you can see what's going on still. Like it'd be pretty hard to find someone who's capable of even playing at that level. It's not necessary to play at that level to play Diablo 4. But this game's like it's still kind of like that, where it's super turbo mode. Now you can break the game basically. It's kind of scary. It's almost like I said, like flying around like you're a trucker or some type of like race car driver with no car. Like it's pretty much like you're doing way more than the car can handle. You're like flying in front of the car.
I need more mana.
It's like drugs on the most dangerous. I can see someone doing this for years and then wanting to go back to going fast. Like they have the addiction speed. Like Sonic or something. I have newfound respect to this game. I never went this fast in the RPG because I never played Diablo 2 back in the day. Like I was something who did for Diablo 2. And I started playing RPGs Diablo 3 and it wasn't really like that even when you got to that level. At least I never got to that point. Like I've done rifts and stuff, I've ran through them. But I don't think it was this fast, but it's quick. These drugs are like, you're supposed to get off the ride. Like, let's go to the waypoint, get off the ride. No, forget that, bro. We can get off the ride. You get off the ride. Like, okay, bro, it's time to get off the ride. Nah, I can get off the ride. Go and get off the ride, bro. Go get off the ride. I do need more mana. So I would just grab this first. Then I'll maybe grab that other stuff. I don't know, but people are definitely gonna rip me up about not being min-max god
Yes?
and not knowing what I want to be when I grow up or something. As a passive exile character. Like I don't even have a skill tree. I have like runes or whatever. I have like these little socket things. Like how do I know what I want to be if I don't even know what I'm gonna do or have?
Farewell.
I don't know. This is drugs, buddy. This game needs to be locked away. It's like, I want to take a break and go eat some of the snacks. No, bro. Drugs. Keep playing. It's not that ribs are showing, you know. I'm starving. It's that I haven't had snacks in like a day or two or something. And like, my eyeballs are starting to get healthy. Drugs. My eyeballs are healthy though. You start worrying about your spirit being healthy and all that, that's when you're on drugs. Like you haven't moved in 8 years. Nah, bro, my spirit's on 10, bro. My spirit's healthy. Like your spirit is literally like invincible. No one's gonna mess with your spirit. Ah, no, man, my eyes are healthy. My spirit's healthy. Like your eyes can't be healthy, buddy. They're literally don't do anything. They can't. Nothing can happen to your eyeballs. Something like stab you, but that's about it. Or else can rot or something to stop them. Functioning its organs. This is something you like would get super high on drugs and play. And stop doing drugs and you just get super high in PoE until you need to be high again, so you can start starting and doing some drugs. It's almost like if you're on PoE, you have to match it with something else. You can't just be on snacks. You gotta be on like extreme snacks. You gotta eat like a bunch of hot Cheetos or something, not drink any water. It's like the ultimate challenge. If you think you're a real degenerate gamer, play PoE. If you can surpass PoE, then yeah, you gotta be a gamer like this for every game. You gotta beat games. Like if they told me in school that I play PoE, I would have believed them. Now I would have believed them, right? Like it would have worked. This game will have you here and mom call you for breakfast on Christmas. Did it pop out? Come on down here, big person. I would call this game the towers, the challenge towers. Like you fly around, all the enemies are super cracked. Oh wow, this is gonna be pretty good. I wonder when I'll use this. This Whispering Essence. Maybe I'll get like a new tier of like wand or something and I'll throw that together. This game you basically lock it away from public and turn it into medicine. This is like smoke or something. This is really impressive. PoE 2 is probably about to be like straight up medical marijuana. Because I'm sure that they've learned the games like crack and they're making other ones like to refine the crack formula, but we've also turned into subscription. So like it's probably much safer to play and be on because it's prescription. This is just like straight up street crack. Just like your mom left the store and she came back, you were never the same because you were on street crack while she was gone. Not prescribed drugs, but street crack. Much more deadly and dangerous and unregulated. Street crack. What you know about that street crack, boy? Back in the day, we was smoking street crack, boy. Like, I hope it was worth it, bro, because I don't know what you're talking about. I'm saying I wouldn't know how to do that. I wouldn't know how to go about doing that type of stuff. I think I'm gonna go for Lord of Death because that's pretty accessible. It's pretty close. Lord of Death. There's like a staff thing over there. Having extra zombie plus the eventual probably upgrade I'll get from the actual level of the spell. Oh, fire damage. Oh yeah. Actually, I'm gonna go fire because I'm really the main damage dealer. So I'll go 2, 3, 4 or 5. Maybe like 5 levels. Elemental damage is gonna be good. I'm not gonna go lightning. I'm gonna go firewalker. Yeah, I'm going firewalker. Like, I'm going fire. Okay. Well, maybe I shouldn't. I know I'm good minions, so I'm sure I'll have zombies or skeletons. I'm sure it'll be limited to a certain monster, like a skeleton or a zombie, at least for the time being. I don't know.
I need more mana.
This game also itches to scratch a mass amount of enemies that aren't just like smacked down in one blow. I think games come a lot PoE. Like a game can be hard and still be fun. It doesn't have to be like garbage. Or does it have to have like challenges in the end game that are just super spammy? Like if you're used to playing PoE and the early game is hard, it just becomes like more regular. The challenge like becomes expected. And you can like exercise a greater challenge. This game was hard for the first enemy. Introducing enemies that are so easy in the beginning, it doesn't make any sense that there'd be a challenge eventually because you're not ever trained for a challenge or used to it. It's never a challenge really until you fight like the final boss. Like that's like such a jump sometimes in challenge. Like, you wouldn't know these skeletons. You can barely even die skeletons. Skeletons are like rolling from the screen. You could easily you know, work off that. Like the first, like the boss you'll end up fighting like is 2 skeletons. And, like, it would still be a good boss because you're used to fighting challenging enemies anyway. Like you'll fight a bunch of shambling corpses in Diablo, and then you'll fight like the god of AoEs, and then you'll end up fighting like the spam god or something eventually. So, like it doesn't even really make sense. What did I learn from fighting the shambling farmers? Absolutely nothing. I just killed them in general for this battle. Poison's pretty good, does pretty good damage. Or paired with the burning, it basically nukes them. If you using your club classes, it's going to be pretty cool. You can also have mixes, like Temporal has the skill and strength, a mix of dexterity and not dexterity, but intelligence and strength. Like you're going to have stuff like that too. All the classes aren't even like, I think, known. Like, I don't think people know all the classes. They have a druid monk, an archer, there's like, I think there's like a wizard or something. I think they're bringing the witch back. I really don't even know. I don't even know.
Clatter.
So, here the spear shield's got going on. Cold spell, fire damage. Yeah, I'm gonna probably rock with this. One light. What is this?
much clutter.
No, thank you. Let's see the explosions going from. Okay, it wasn't me. Just have a game where you don't slump in your chair. You hit a little hunchback stance and you fly through the air like a leprechaun. Just how it is. This will be my life, trying hard so I can build and be like a grown man from this game and just be the giant nerd that I like this.
I'd
This
rather
changes to be the present.
burn
This is
than call
beautiful.
such a place
I
home.
think this just kind of made me make or break. I mean, I was already going to play the game, but this tight, tiny prison dungeon is going to be fucking amazing. I like it. I think we'll take a break here. I'm almost done with Act 1, but I'm going to take a break. This is cool. I like this little dungeon, little prison. I'm gonna sell everything and then I'm gonna get out of here. I think I've been playing for like an hour 20, hour and a half. Hour 20. Hard time.
The tale of Brutus was
Minion damage support. Minion skills. Less life's fine. If they do more damage, it's cool. Supported skills deal 10% more fire damage. Supported skills has a 20% chance to ignite. Enemies ignited by supports of 10%. Nice. Well, actually, I'm probably gonna go combustion support.
goodbye.
There's a fire.
Scepter. Spinning around rock and roll. Losing all
Farewell.
control. Oh, I forgot. I was playing Ruthless, so like we play Ruthless, there isn't the second page for this first merchant nest or whatever.
Yes?
There is nothing here. You can't buy these. There's nothing like this. So like I forgot this was a thing. Purple, Rolling Magna, I could have bought that. I don't really need it. Spark, Spray Zombie, Puzzle Trap, Boss Boat Blight, Purifying Flame. Some support skills be nice. Wait a minute. I need more dexterity to use this. Will this work with like fireball while I support. Probably grab it, that's cool. I'm sure it should work. I'll probably grab this too. Throw this in the thing. Throw it in the thing. Okay. Let's go.
While we live,
Alright, I'm
we
getting out of here.
invest.
This game, it's like clockwork, buddy. Clockwork, buddy. Buy a ring, probably. Buy this, ring.
Farewell.
Can't buy it, no alteration. Alright, I'm out of here. Definitely is gonna be fun to play through this. Part-time streamer. I feel like an hour is good enough for a stream, for a game at least, right? You stream a game for an hour, it's like enough that it happened and all that for it to be legit. Sometimes I'll stream for 2 hours, right? Like it's not that big of a deal. I upload my videos to YouTube, so that hour becomes an hour-long video, which is more preferable to me than a much longer video. But I'm just really waiting for it to go, or not to go, but to add up, I guess, right? Like where, you know, all the energy that goes into streaming for an hour, like, makes sense, right? It's kind of like running. Like you can run and you're just running, trying to get your cardio, but you don't really know why you're running, and then eventually you know why, like this is what you're doing. You don't see results, like this is like your running style. This is like the result it has. You know, you can run for this long, or you can, it's kind of like you get your endurance. Like I don't have my endurance from streaming for this long, so like I have no reason to keep doing it where it just makes me seem less fit. I'm saying it's kind of like cardio, like you're running, but eventually you have endurance, like you use that to run. Like I don't have endurance. I don't have streaming endurance yet, so like I'm not about to be running around and streaming. Like that could never happen. Like I can never get streaming endurance. Not that like I need it, but it has to be like a reason, or it has to be like a result. Even if the result isn't gains or physical results, the results can be like technique. Like I haven't got endurance yet. I'm sure a game like this is also requiring endurance. So streaming and playing PoE will be like, you know, find your endurance. It's like working out. Like if you don't ever find an endurance point where like you're not worried about leaving the gym, you're not worried about doing anything else, you're not worried about going to the gym. Once you're there, if you don't get into a mode where like you're enduring your workout and you're just doing it, it's not gonna matter. You're not gonna get anywhere. You're not gonna get into a mode. I don't have a mode yet. Demon mode. Alright, I'm getting up out of here.